Hello guys, welcome to another edition of this Do It Yourselfer channel. Today I'm gonna be replacing a flush valve. These kind of flush valves, it's kind of peculiar. It's not as usual the ones you have on your toilet, but if you came across that you have to change one of these, well, this is the flush valve. This is how it looks. Part number 3627526. This is what I got from Lowe's, and this is all the compatible flushes or restrooms right here. We're gonna go ahead and replace it, and I'm gonna show you all the way along the steps. You know, I'm gonna do it step by step. And first things first, you gotta close down the water valve, okay? And then we have to remove the inlet water, which I already did from here. Second, we're going to use a, well, right now I'm using a 14 millimeter, but I think a 1/2 inch will work the same, to remove these. And we have these other bolt right here, nut, I mean. Always get confused with bolts and nuts. And yeah, I'm gonna have to change it. This one, it was so loose that even by hand I was able to remove it. Yeah, so I got the nut out, and now we are able to remove the tank. There is some water probably that's gonna come out, but no worries. Yeah, we're just gonna get it out. I'm going to throw the remaining of the water in here. And this is what we got. We got that gasket and the bolts right here. So in order to remove the flush valve, we have to take this gasket off, in which I'm gonna have to buy one, and we're gonna take the stuff out of it. It came with a tool, which this is so awesome, to remove the nut. I like it, you know. And let's get this thing back. Yeah, just like that. Got this nut, and this is what we got. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and proceed by taking this nut off. You gotta find the correct angle, and then start removing it. Once you get it loose, it will come off, just like that. See, there's a lot of line build up in here. That's probably what the problem was. It was just line built up in there. So now that we have that out of the way, we can remove the valve itself, just like that. See that? Okay, you got the gasket and everything right here. And we have to remove this This, all you have to do is push it to the side and remove it. And out. Take it off. And bingo. You got the whole valve out. We're gonna clean the base off a little bit. Just try to remove the excess of lime. And we're gonna put the new valve in it. It comes with so that way you can remove it from here. This thing already has a gasket in here. You can see the gasket, brand new. Okay, and we're gonna install it back in place. Gonna lay it down, and yeah, make sure you put it kind of the same way it was. For that, first we're gonna install the nut. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna kind of tighten it by the hand, and we're gonna see if this is placed where we want to be. And we want it somewhere around there, probably a little bit more, like right here. The straighter this is to the handle, the better. Okay, and see, if you move it this way, you got it kind of right there. And then I'm gonna hold this with my hand, and I'm gonna tighten this thing with the tool. It's just that I don't have two hands to hold the camera, so you know, you have an idea of what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna tighten them up with a tool. Okay, so I had tightened this up. It's ready to go. I just need to buy some new bolts, not bolts but a gasket, so that way we can get this thing going. I'll be right back. Guys, so I got the package. I bought this one. It's a universal gasket, and it comes with the bolts and new gaskets for the tank to be held in place right there. So what we do is we just take this out. And we put it in place. Put it right there in place. Okay, it's time to remove these old bolts out of here. And we're gonna get the new bolts, and this is how I like to do it. This is not how the instruction says to do it, but I like to do it this way. So I'm gonna put a metal washer first. Why? Because the metal washer covers a lot more of the gasket. It covers more than just the bolt itself. And then I'm gonna throw the rubber gasket. And I'm gonna install the tank. Once you have the new gasket in place, I'm just gonna throw the new. To put the new gasket, since this is universal, it's a lot better if you put it against the wall, the tank, and then push it in. You see the old gasket, it had the same figure as the nut. The new ones they don't. So all you have to do is put it against the floor and push it. Now we're gonna put it back on its place. Okay, we're gonna put the tank right there. So I'm gonna put the bolt in place. And then I'm gonna put the other one back on the other place right there. Now, some people like to put a nut in here, in between the tank and the commode, but I don't like to do that because if you have a leak, you have to remove the whole tank. This is all you need, and the pressure will be just enough to hold it. Once you got the bolts in place, you grab your washer and put it underneath on the bolts. You know how to do that. And I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold this with my hand. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold on one side with a screwdriver here, and I'm gonna tighten them up with the ratchet on this side. I'm not gonna be able to record it because I cannot hold it with I don't have a third hand, but you know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I did put a pressure on these bolts. Don't go crazy on them. And all we gotta do is hang this thing in here. So what was happening, the way I changed it, I put this hook in here. What was happening with the old valve is just that it was getting stuck just like this. You see that? It shouldn't be happening. So it will go up and it stay like that. So the water will drop continuously. And maybe it was just lime in there, but we just decided just to change it. It was time. It's only 22 bucks. I got the hook, and I just make sure that it goes up and down. And now we're gonna put these water inlet back where it belongs. You don't have to be super tight. You can tighten it by hand. And if it's got a little leak, but you can use a little pliers to tighten it a little bit more. But don't go crazy on it either. Alright, so we're going to turn on the water, and we're going to make sure that everything is good. What I like to do is I like to check underneath to see if there is water leaks. I like to put toilet paper, and if it gets wet, that means there is a water leak. This one is completely dry. Same thing on this side. I'm having a leak there, so I'm gonna have to stop and see where is it leaking from. So after we got everything installed, We check for leaks on the bottom all the way around in the hoses, and I make sure that the water is all filled up. I'm gonna flush it and make sure there's no water coming in between, and everything seems to be working perfectly. And this is another successful installation. I hope you like it, guys, and please don't forget to put the thumb up and subscribe for all my other videos. Thank you.